Hello lovely shoebox packers, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah, Mrs. Newfie Fan. I wasn't sure if I was going to get out a video this week. We've just had a lot of things going on at home. Nothing serious, just the little things that take up our life. We discovered mice in our basement, so that's been fun to deal with. So I currently have that all tore apart. And of course, that's where I keep some of my OCC stash. So I wanted to make sure mice hadn't gotten into any of that stuff. And, you know, it was still clean and organized. So anyways, it's just been a week. And yesterday was my son's birthday. And you can probably see some stuff there in the background from his birthday. I purposely left that there. I didn't clean it up for the video. We just celebrated yesterday, and we just do a small celebration. We don't do big birthday parties or anything. We usually just do something with family. So yeah, and yesterday was a very heavy day for the world, at least for our side of the world. And I didn't even know if I could do a video right now. But after thinking about it, I said, you know, this is what brings me joy, makes me happy. I think it's a good distraction right now because there's only so much, you know, content you can consume online before it, you know, takes you down a few notches. So I felt this was a good way to maybe step away from some of that and do something that is a happy distraction. And of course it's proclaiming the gospel of Jesus, which is where we need to have our focus right now. It is definitely all about Jesus, and he is the answer. He is the answer to everything that is going on in this world right now. So anyways, I don't want to make this a sad video or a heavy video. I'm actually doing this to get away from that right now. But anyways, I had intended to do a different box this week, or for my next video. I've been working on some girl 10 to 14 boxes, and I also did my first boy 10 to 14 this year. So I was probably going to share one of those, but I watched Tiffany on Blessed and OCC Obsessed, and her most recent video, she did a box for a boy 2 to 4. It was a very cute space teddy themed box. And in it, she discussed how the lowest percentage of boxes goes to the boys age 2 to 4. And I didn't know that. I knew that like the 2 to 4s and the 10 to 14s weren't as popular as maybe like the middle group 5 to 9, but I wasn't aware that it was the boys 2 to 4 that got the lowest. I tried to look up the stats for Canadian shoe boxes, and I couldn't find anything. So I don't know if Samaritan's Purse puts that out there, if they just group all the shoe boxes together and just do the stats that way. But either way, clearly that age group doesn't get as many shoe boxes as the other ones. So anyways, Tiffany, you inspired me to do one more box for a boy 2 to 4. I had done my couple of boxes for that age group and was quite proud of them and happy with the result. But I was like, you know what? I think I can do one more. And I tried to do it by kind of just scrounging up the items I had here and not go out and buy too much. Just see what I actually physically had in the house, in my stash, to see if I could pull a box together. And I think I did. I think I may have had to go out and just get a couple like little items, things that I like to include, things that are like must-have items for me. But yeah, I think I managed to pull together a really fun, full and personal box for a boy age 2 to 4. And so my challenge would be to you, if you're packing this year, if you're doing shoe boxes, to maybe try to get in one more box for this age group. So let's see if we can get those numbers up. Obviously we love our sweet little boys. The birthday that I celebrated yesterday was for my youngest. He's now 10. He's not my baby anymore. But our little boys are precious, and yeah, let's do a box for them. So I'm going to show you what I managed to pull together. And also this box needs to go to the shoebox hospital in my house. It's busted on the side, so I will tape that and fix it before it goes away. So here it is when it first opens. I've got a coloring book right on top, and I'll move that, and there it is. I think I've managed to fill a very fun looking box for a little boy, 2 to 4. So this one I actually found on clearance at Walmart. It was just a random one book stuck on clearance. It's a Crayola brand one, and it's really nice images for this age group, for the preschool, toddler age group. And you'll see there's little shapes on each page, and it comes with stickers that you can match up with all the pages, nice big shape stickers. So I just love this book, and so this felt appropriate to go in this box because I only had one of these books. Like I said, it was just a random item I found at Walmart clearance. And then let me pull the box a little bit closer so you can see what we got here. I put in one of the Canadian exercise books, the 32-page ones, just to get him started for school, writing, whatever. And that came out. That's his little black comb. And this is from Walmart, and I guess this will be his wow item. It's funny, I had seen this sitting on the shelf in the plush section, and it was marked down. It was marked down to $5, and I kept walking by it. I don't know why. I'd look at it and I say, no, I don't really have anywhere to put that. And it was a little bit on the big side, and certainly not the biggest plush I've ever packed, but it was a little bit on the big side. Anyways, I kept walking by it, and then one day I was in Walmart, and they had moved them. They had moved them to like a different clearance section, and I just felt bad. I was like, nobody's bought him. And I was like, I need to take him home. And I did. So obviously, I think the Lord had a plan for this cute little monster, because he went in this box. So he's super soft, squishy, and huggable, and I think he's just an adorable little monster, alien creature, whatever you want to call him. So he goes in this box. And also, I wanted to pack a lot of fun in this box, and this box took me a minute to Tetris it all in, and you'll see why now in a minute. I added some IKEA finger puppets. I put in, let me see, 1, 2, 3, I think there's 5. No, there's 5 finger puppets. So he'll have lots of fun playing with his finger puppets and telling stories. I love these because they're so small, and they can kind of fit in the little nooks and crannies of shoe boxes if you're trying to fill them up. But I wanted to give this boy a little set, so he had a set to play with. So there you go. I also got him another one of these little water spinners, little toys that fly through the water. This box doesn't have a theme. I think I mentioned that, but if I didn't, it's no theme. It's a let's pack a box for a boy 2 to 4 with whatever we have on hand. That's the theme. So I love this. They wind up really nice, and I'm hoping this little boy is going to have some water, or even just a tub or something that he can play in. So there's these little splashy swimming frog, and I have a couple of these little dinosaur monster truck type vehicles. They're from Walmart. I got these on clearance, and I had 2 sets of these in my stash, so I wanted to give him 2, so he had 2 to play with. And they're hinged a bit, so their little mouth opens and closes. So I think that's fun for a 2 to 4 year old as they're playing with their trucks. They can make the mouths move. I also wanted to put in a nice ball for him to play with. So that's one of just those soft sports balls from Walmart that I got on summer clearance. You got the basketball. And you've seen this in, I think it was my last box, the kaleidoscope. I got this one at Giant Tiger. These are beautiful. They have really pretty colors inside, and it's nice for a little hand, and it's really easy to turn this part. So hoping he has lots of fun with that. It's a nice like little fidget distraction toy. Of course, I put in one of the little IKEA spoons. I love those for 2 to 4. He has a little water squirty, a little snail. I thought that was so cute. And okay, let me see, how can I do this? I have his little toothbrush here, and here is his eraser, just put in the box because I couldn't fit it in the pencil case, or where I had the pencil case put. I couldn't fit it in. And this was the item that really made me work for my money here. I really wanted to put this bucket in, and I don't know why. I just felt like this little boy needed a little bucket to play with and put his little treasures in and carry it around, and maybe if he has some dirt, sand, water he can play with. So I found these at Dollarama during the summer, and what I liked about them is they're actually a soft plastic. I don't know if it's going to come on the show on the screen, but they're not the hard plastic. It's almost more like a silicone, like squishy, and the same thing with the handle. The handle is really bendable too, so that's why I felt good about putting this in a shoebox, because even if the box gets, you know, banged around, smacked around, I'm hoping this bucket will survive. And if he's got a bucket, he had to have a little shovel, and I found the cutest little scooper. It's a little turtle, and his shell is like the spoon, the scooper part. So that was just the cutest. I had to put that in because, of course, he has to have something to go with his bucket. And I'll show you what I put inside his bucket. I filled it up. He has a little robot fidget. And like I said, this box doesn't have a theme, but I tried to put some themes in the box, if that makes sense. So I do have a few little bits and bobs of robots, and there's some dinosaurs, so all fun things. I like this. I like the sound it makes, and it's like bumpy and textured. These are from Wendy's. I think they were the kids' meal toy from Wendy's. I really like these. As well, he's got one of the little wind-up walking dinosaurs. And he is cute, and he works really well, especially on a flat surface. So that's fun for him. And I put in a whistle for him. And I found these at Dollarama, and I split them up. These are the little suction cup toys, fidgets, I'm not sure what you call them. They can stick together or stick to like tables, flat surfaces. So I gave him a little selection to play with, and they're cute because they have a little happy face. I don't know if you can see that inside the plastic, but oh, my camera's not focusing. But anyways, there is a little happy face on them. There it is. They're sweet. And to kind of go with the other dinosaur, I gave him this little egg. And I know when my kids were younger, they loved stuff inside stuff. Like they loved finding things inside. So I thought this would be so cute. And there's a cute little baby dinosaur inside that he can play with. And this is a good size and shape for like a little 2 to 4 year old. And I put his socks inside, and these have an octopus on them. So that's his little bucket. So there it is. So I think, or I should say I hope he has fun with that. And a little blue face cloth, washcloth. And there's his little boo-boo kit. I've got some Mickey Mouse bandages and Q-tips inside. As well, here is his drawstring backpack to put all his treasures in after he opens his box. That's just the standard ones from Amazon. And I did put in the dinosaur color your own pencil case. And I've been finding these at Dollarama. So here are the markers that came with that pencil case. So I just tucked them in separately because, again, the way I had the pencil case packed, I couldn't fit anything else inside. So I'll show you what's inside. I have got his skateboard stickers or vinyl stickers, and I found some cute dinosaur ones, reading books. I thought those were so cute. And then I got some little fishy ones for him. Oh, there's another dinosaur one. I thought those were cute. And I packed him 4 washable markers, Crayola, and he's got his safety scissors. And I did have one of these in my stash, the little eyeballs. They're so cute. I know a lot of you guys tuck those in, so I put that in this box. And he's got a selection of pencils, pre-sharpened pencils, 1 mechanical pencil and 1 blue pen, so to get him started with his school supplies. So this box is missing a sharpener. I haven't been able to find a good deal on sharpeners here in Canada, or at least in my local stores. So I'm probably going to have to go on Amazon and just order a pack of sharpeners to add to the few boxes that I have missing sharpeners. And I tucked a couple Valentines down inside. You saw this one. I think this was in one of my last boxes. They're little bookmarks you can punch out, little monsters, and their teeth punch out so they can fit over the page. I thought that went so well with this plush little monster theme. And I had a couple little dinosaur Valentines, and these are stickers. So this is also stickers that he can play with. As well, this is another toy from, this one's from Wendy's as well. Yeah, I think it's from Wendy's as well. And these are really cute. I didn't open this one up. I left it sealed in the package. I thought the package was kind of fun. And it kind of shows how they work. So basically it's just little Mr. Potato Head. They're like flat little figures, and they come with like little outfits, and you can swap them. So this one comes with the Spud Bot and Cave Potato. So yeah, it's like cave person and a robot. So they're fun for littles, and there's a robot there. And there's a little robot, of course, right here. It is a little fidget. And then when you see the book, I don't know why I picked out a couple robot things. And I put in the little white notepad. I've put those in a lot of my boxes because I like my kiddos to have some plain paper for their doodling and drawing. And these are nice because they fit in boxes that are kind of full and don't have room for, you know, a big sketchbook or big notebook. And it's just literal plain paper. And I also gave them a little tiny notebook as well. These are just a little small lined notebooks from Dollarama. And then I gave him a little selection of crayons. So he does have crayons, and he's got a few washable markers. So should be lots for his coloring book and his doodle book. Again, you saw this one, I think it was my last box, my farm dog themed box. I found this t-shirt at Walmart, and I had a second one. So this little boy got this t-shirt. It's just blue with like a little 3D lightning bolt on it. And it is size 5T, I believe. Yeah, 5T. So hopefully that'll fit whatever child gets the box, or they can grow into it. And here's the book that I put in. It's called Friend Bots. Blink and Block, Make a Wish. But I like these because they're actually like comics. And they're so colorful. So even if he can't read English or he can't read at all, and he just wants to sit and look at the pictures, make up his own story, I think these are so cute. I have another one of these books, so I'm glad I found these. I think I found these on Book Outlet for a really good price. So that was super fun. I love the images in that one. And right at the bottom, of course, I put in 2 of the little plain little shapes, little people shapes, 2 little boys that he can decorate, color, draw himself, draw his friends. And I've got a little bookmark. These are new. I just got these from Amazon. This one has both. This one has inches and centimeters on it. And these were all like ocean themed, so I really like these. And they are cardboard, so they're flimsy, but this one feels like a thicker, stiffer cardstock or cardboard than my last. So I'm hoping they'll get a bit of use out of that. So this is a bookmark or a ruler, whatever they want to do with it. And of course I put in some of my make-a-scenes, and I get these from Dollarama. They're big books. I take the pictures out and I take the stickers out and cut them up and then divvy them up. So this one has 2 scenes, and they're double-sided. So there's lots of play involved. They can do both sides. And it is doggies, which I think I had in my last box as well, was doggy stickers. So yeah, lots of fun for this little boy. And this is it. We're down to the bottom. I've got some random stickers thrown in for him. Some Mickey Mouse, some Dora, Diego. We're bringing it back old school with Dora the Explorer and Diego. And we got some Mickey Mouse. I try to find big stickers for my little ones, just so it's easier for them to peel them off and stick them on. There's a big Winnie the Pooh one that's really shiny. I gave them some ocean. Again, they're kind of shiny. And we've got some Mickey Mouse, some fun looking dinosaurs, and some Paw Patrol. So yeah, that's it. That's my box 2 to 4 that I managed to round up by just going through my stash. I'm trying to think what I did purposely go out and buy. I did have to go out and buy an eraser. I'm getting kind of low on some of my school supplies, and I had to go out and buy a toothbrush, and I think that was it. I think I had everything else in this house, which was amazing. So that was a wonderful blessing. Thankful to God for providing. And yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of putting in a bucket in a shoebox for a little boy. I know it takes up a lot of room, but I just felt like this little boy needed a bucket to play with. So also, and I was thinking as I was packing the box, does anybody remember the show, Harry and His Bucket Full of Dinosaurs? My little boy used to love that show, and I thought about that as I was packing, because I put in a bucket, and I did, you know, have some dinosaur items, not many, but I had a couple, and that kept coming to my mind. Harry and his bucket full of dinosaurs. Anyways, my little boy used to love stuff like this. My oldest now, he's an adult. He used to love a little bucket or something to carry around his toys and treasures in. So anyways, that's where my head was when I packed this box. So yeah, so thanks to Tiffany for the inspiration. And if you haven't seen her channel or haven't seen her latest video, make sure you go over and check it out. Like I said, her channel is Blessed and OCC Obsessed. I think I'm saying that right. And yeah, I'd love to see your boy 2 to 4 boxes, or let me know if you're going to pack an extra one this year. Yeah, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. I love reading the comments. It really helps new channels, well, any channel, but it helps new channels grow. Helps get our content out there. So yeah, I love to see you in the comments. I'd love to hear about what you're packing, doing, what your favorite items are. Yeah. So anyways, have a fantastic day, everybody, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.